Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting. We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Time to find me a mark. Oi.
Welcome. Well met. That is a welcome sight.
This might contain...
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Look as long as you please.
Well met, sir.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Welcome.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor. Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Tellings, her ties to this figure from the neighbouring country have a romantic tint.
Well met, sir.
Everything's odd. The dreams are free, I say.
Now there's a hassle I could do without.
Gladdens the heart to see so many smiles.
Odd.
What's come over you, Arisen?
Now I call it stepped in it.
Of course it falls to me to do this. Isn't that always the way of things? Can't say I'm thrilled, but I'll get it done.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your majesty's... You discovered this in the gracious hands false, you say? I imagine 'twould indeed be sufficient to entice the learned magistrate to leave his cell. Is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? Do not forget that we work to...
This looks as good a place as any.
Shall we get some rest then? "'Tis a perilous journey I've had, Arisen. Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway? Another day, same as the one afore it. Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist. I've not much to say at the moment.
We've got goblins!
We need not shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail over anything.
That was a skillful bit of theory. You do your vocation proud. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Not
I don't fancy my chances.
Go on, have a look.
What are you doing about it?
What's all this about? Quite the predicament.
The only person I believe in is myself.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
So, 'twas not to be. 'Tis no surprise. The magistrate is well renowned for his obstinacy. So,
Well, have you found some place I'm... Oh, to think I'd me outside then.
like it or not, I must go where duty calls.
Aye, this should be far enough. If you truly are words may be wind, mayhap the knowledge I've gained.
Errands are wearisome work indeed.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Tis as you say.
Ah, Sir Arisen. I've been meaning to speak with. I see. After the rather strongly word was under unique circumstances, you must understand. The House of the Blue Sunbright, thus for the sake of all who reside herein. Though it pains me to perpetuate the girl's misfortune, it must be done, if the gracious hand is to continue to...
It seems we... Oh, I brought you something. you're here. I've been waiting for you. This is a place of prayer.
Sir Arisen, pray see to it that naught akin to the recent debacle be...
Wickedness had no hold upon a tranquil mind.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
Pray, sir, have you aught to spare? Turn your gaze. What am I to do?
Like it.
Something smells divine.
We have found a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it.
Do you but well? I'm his maid no longer. Though I meant no harm, the mistress tell no other soul of this. But the girl I had you afeared of inviting conflict over their inheritance. Daft yet the loss of her newborn child drove them. I had hoped the sight of her long-lost daughter would seem it was not to be. In the end, my good intent, I suppose, 'twas no less than my due to Meg.
Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here. There's aught watching me. I'd swear it.
Twill take a better mind than mine if there's any book I want to be getting back to.
Might want a dash of salt.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
I didn't come half as many times as my parents.
Moment I let down my guard, I'm done.
I feel a bit out of place here.
When does my watch end?
I could use a bit of excitement in my life.
Oh, I'm in fine. Points no.
Here, if you please.
Unless I am much mistaken. We have cause to visit a place not far from here.
We might kill two birds with one stone, or focus on our current objective. Both choices have merit.
Know you of any places for a stolen hour of respite?
Yeah? What is it?
Oh, I can't complain.
Do try to keep me in your sights, Master. I shan't lead you astray. come over here?
Time was, you scarce saw any beastrons here in Vernal. You'd think that'd be on account of At least I've ne'er beheld a human with a beastron parent. If we keep mixing, someday our kingdom will end up with more...
Welcome. Take it easy today.
I'm not sure I can handle this.
Not a care in the world. Just as it should be.
The room's at your
I shan't resist. It is a fine day.
Got to sweep and dust before I think of supper.
And here I thought I was leading the way. But I suppose your whims take precedence.
"'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid."
It's quiet now.
Good. We're here.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to stress, since Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell, mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and obey. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this.
Now we must report to Captain Brandt. That's the way of things, is it not? Here at last.
Got nothing to fear if I keep my wits about me.
Welcome.
I've trained for this. Now here's a welcome sight.
What about this place makes me nervous?
Places such as this ought to be protected. This is a place of prayer. Do keep your voice low. I can't count the number of meats and fish that have gone to rot in my pack. You'd think the smell would remind me.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, 'twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign in a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants. This, alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the aid, yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Almost laughably so. What can we learn from this? Those whom it... Fine timing, sir, fine timing indeed. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyes. I stare at the page, but the letters stubborn. Alas, they were confident. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace store, though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap, what say you? Would you I am in your debt. Pray, infiltrate the venue.
The monster's really scary. Sometimes all you need is a moment. Follow me.
Not at the expense of my duty.
Now here's a welcome sight.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
This is lovely to keep my arms strong and my mind sharp.
My body's not forgiving me for last night's scuffle.
Them calls. Can a sharp resist?
About this?
Right, just follow me. We've arrived, I see.
We shall await you here, Master.
So, we finally arrived. I thought we'd never make it.
Can't complain,
I'm
mate.
the crown jewel of our performance.
Wait a minute, your equipment's coming.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Dull days for us are a sign that all is well.
Sets me to thinking, this place.
winning over a sullen crowd is my
Crowns and
specialty.
politics are no concern of mine.
So tight. I'd kip just about anywhere.
I'd rather just stay out of everybody's way.
Very dull.
Please, turn rabbits.
What do you take me for? Think again. Now that's just marvelous. What do you take me for?
This is too much for me, I fear.
I shan't brook any boorish inquiries about my other patrons. I shan't... Delightful. You know, many of our patrons wish to take me for themselves, yet there is something different about you. I lived a simpler life once, but one man changed all that. 'Tis no simple matter for a woman to make it this far. Here I am. 'Tis no simple. Here I am. What do you take me for? I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. Mayhap I'll go on an adventure of my own.
I'm near tired of the tale.
It's a shame. They are. Always have just how I like it around here.
Where was I headed? Best make haste, else I'll be at this all
Now, where was I
There's
headed?
comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Aren't you sweet? I'd be glad to have you. Am I giving you shivers? Like?
Last night's patron, wasn't it?
Where was I headed?
What is it like?
The services we provide are worth every...
Like what you see?
No doubt you're dazzled by my charms. They... Are you the gentle sort? That'd make my...
Welcome, sir, as ever.
Is this where you've been all this time? It is rather far from where we agreed to meet up.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
It is quiet about.
I shedding? Must be my winter coat growing in.
Such quietude is a blessing.
I've walked higher than I know how to swim.
I'm sure the town.
Look as long as you
What should I get up to today?
Ah, could use a rest. Sometimes I wonder.
I could do with a few more hours sleep. No one's coming to my rescue.
The place loses its mystique when returned to so often.
I'm sure the Arisen would not bring us here without due cause.
Ah, you've returned. Oh, my spectacles. Well done, sir. With these, I shall have no need to fear any letters, be they small or faintly scrawled. I shall learn aught I can, but the day might come when I can repay this debt I owe you. Many, many thanks. Take this as a token of my gratitude. Greetings. I trust you are in good health. I begin to doubt I will e'er find the time. Back again, eh? I begin to doubt I will e'er...
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
What's got you in such a good mood? Do tell.
I don't feel safe here.
Oh, my joints have been aching something fierce of late.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
How do you fare? Would you hear my request? I thank you.
Here, if you please.
This hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
Got to press on. There's much needs doing.
Speaking of which, none among us specialise in close quarters combat.
I mislike our odds in a melee.
Mayhap someone... change vocations. Someone besides me. And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
That's right. I was telling you about the Gigantus. Until you went off somewhere. Young people are so impatient. Now, listen well. The Gigantus is an earthen structure that hearkens to the voice of the sea, which is a servant of the brine. Just as the Arisen commands the pawns, so too does the sea's peril compel the Gigantus. Supposedly, the brine have their colossal servant monitor the dragon to ensure that it commits no acts of excess. As for what the brine deem an act of excess, I could not tell you. Some would argue that 'tis the hand of excess what brings the cup of fine ale to our lips time and time again. But what of it? Those unbidden sips of ale are what keep the throat from growing parched. Without them, life would be a dull affair indeed. That brings me back to what I was saying about the... what was I talking about again? Ah, of course, the Gigantus. 'Tis formed of clay, and tall enough to graze its brow upon the very clouds. What's more, 'tis said its lofty gaze watches o'er the world even now. And should it be stirred to life by the voice of the sea, mayhap 'twould do aught to put that dragon in its place. You do not believe, but I assure you 'tis no less than the truth. I've beheld it all with my own eyes.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
To doubt my words is... Many were gathered that day. Of course! I was telling you aught I know of the sea. What am I supposed to do about this? Of course. Now, 'tis common knowledge the brine halt any ships seeking to venture, as if to say, but does that not strike you as rather, even if we are to believe that there's no... I should like to confirm for myself if an old man with naught, sailing out into a sea, when I said as much to the brine, a lie it may all seem, But is the honest truth? Why must I explain?
The hours seem to fly when Might I interest you in my humble wares? Hope to see you again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands. The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
I thank you. For you, as a token of my appreciation. As they say, no feelings are best.
Well done, Arisen. You have acquired a Maester's teaching, an important milestone in mastering any vocation.
'Tis an honour and a privilege to serve a master so accomplished.
This is just what I needed.
Aye. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? 'Tis a style or a patchwork of techniques, honed for the Aye. For so long as we are united in our
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest. Last. Life's been pretty kind to me.
Not much going on.
I'll set out on my own. It's just
Seems I hear naught but grim tidings of late. I have a favor to ask, if you'd care to oblige me. With my thanks.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
Let us ponder how best to proceed. What manner of madness is this? Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
A splendid discovery.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
We are under attack! Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
You'll not live to regret this! By the might of my magic, I shatter the heavens! Don't waste this chance. Press home the horizon. Strike fast and sure that our one shall fall. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
At least I go knowing I fought to the best of my ability.
Please dispense with the formalities. They exhaust me.
We've a choice of where to go, but how to know the path best traveled?
What are we tarrying for? Onward, I say! While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way. I expect Captain Brandt will want to hear of this. It would not be unwelcome for an ally to appear for once.
If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
No quarrel here.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. Right, just follow me.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
You know who you're dealing with. What the...
Could you come over here?
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know that I would be glad to...
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
grant you life these fangs.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. One can see far to the distance from here.
Perhaps we might take a moment to savor the scene.
You have my support.
So the fun begins again, eh, Arisen? This brute has quite the temper. A blow to the heart would end the beast. Slowness of heart is in sight. Strike where? I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Allow me. Point right there. Focus. A moment of decision is spared.
I think like it. The idea.
Such treasures are seldom found.
Master, do take care not to throw it away by mistake. I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
Here we go again.
You've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen.
By your leave.
It is quiet about.
I need to replenish my stock. It's about time I made for home.
That old man by the shore. What drives him so unbendingly out into open waters?
He's something of an enigma, isn't he?
Perhaps we will understand more in time.
No harm shall come to these people under my watch. Seems I hear not sure how much help.
You'll have to do well to beat.
So this is to be our new home, eh?
Welcome to browse my wares. Can't place what is. Can I interest you in a room, sir?
You shan't hear me complain about... Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Hope you slept well.
It is high time I made for home. I worked hard today.
What is that smell? Cannot seem to place it.
I shan't be crossing the sea this day. All people fear the dragon, yet 'tisn't the threat. Those who call me a madman ought to leave me. Ah, but you, 'tis naught but a pitiful puppet pulled by those who call me a madman. No way am I giving this to you. All people fear the dragon, yet 'tisn't the threat it seems. All people fear the dragon, yet 'tisn't the threat it seems. No way am I giving this thing.
I appreciate all you've done for us, friend.
Not many rumors to be had around here.
Tisn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
It is enough to make camp only when the need arises.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
So, fun begins again. Are you risen?
If we must, let us finish this quickly.
Diary. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Well done!
Rise, raging wings, and scatter our foes! While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt this triumph.
Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
What is that, a tower? Nay, a statue.
We ought to take a closer look. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Like that.
Welcome.
The rules at your neck.
We're in the right place, but the one we're due to meet has yet to show. Ought we to wait for them?
The current hour ill suits our progress. Let us visit an inn or make camp, and set out again later.
Come at last, I see. About time. Another moment, and I'd have been nodding off where I stand.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to, aught shall change once we have attended. If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn.
Master, pray leave this place.
My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, it sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, Your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brandt's investigation.
I quite agree.
Good heavens, the pantry's calling. We should
Well
all get up.
met, sir. Fancy
What to
a
do?
meeting with fine wares back.
You wouldn't want to make the others jealous now.
Can't you stay? I've missed you.
I'll take any chance not to think on my knees. My fur stands on end.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
Swear I'm not
Not without its chance.
Monsters are really scary. Like that snake. I get the sense I wouldn't be. I wish I could go with you.
You're always good for a laugh.
Pity me, do you?
Nothing ever seems to happen round here.
I sleep on my words, ain't nothing but trouble lurking here. I'll take any chance. Have a look.
Must finding these be so difficult?
A splendid discovery.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. A forgotten riftstone we've not discovered lies nearby. 'Tis this way, as I recall, from my last sojourn beyond the rift.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Most impressive, Master. I'll combine my magic with yours that you might cast the spell more quickly.
Nice armor you got.
Not much chance of a friendly conversation with this lot.
I shall not evade you.
Might have a look around. See what else I can find.
You'll not live to regret this.
A flawless execution.
Indeed. 'Twas enough to make one pity of... a foe.
Pray, allow me to open yon chest. Would that such tranquility could last.
I suppose 'tis so.
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last. Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my speciality. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
Now we must report to Captain Brandt. That's the way of things, is it not? Look, Master! Goblin!
We ought to proceed with caution.
By the might of my magic, I shatter the heavens!
One of us has been drenched! I knew you would prevail, Master.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel it going.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
Let my magic's grant you an elemental boon.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Fair and well, I hope. There's aught I'd ask of you. Appreciate it.
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
One more push ought to bring it down.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Our party is well balanced. I can see no weaknesses that might be exploited.
No challenge is beyond our divine might.
See that you say? Here, if you please. Lay down your arms before you hurt yourself. Oi! Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up. You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you?
A new day dawns at last.
The threat of attack seems more manageable by daylight. I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
Master, I found a campsite near here while I was journeying beyond the rift. Shall I take us there now? You have my protection.
Not good enough!
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
No reason to rush into our bedrooms.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me.
There's aught familiar about this place? Have you been here before?
Remarkable how the route taken can alter one's perception of a place.
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
Not much going on.
Appreciate it. A token of my appreciation.
Time to be heading home.
Nice place for a picnic.
Fancy a look at my wares? At last. Some
Living's hard, but dreams are free, I say.
Not much going on.
Nice place, this. I don't know how to leave.
Living's hard.
But dreams are free.
My only object is to live to a ripe old age.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Let's make haste.
Places such as this depend upon my venture.
Well met, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the full. Most hospitality in all the... And worth... Much obliged.
Welcome. Lots to do. And precious little time.
Oh, are you there? Your present. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. Does not.
We'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose...
Might as well take a look. Look while you're here. There, eh? Stop by again soon.
At least I have my life.
May as well hang about. I'm in no rush.
Faring well, aye.
Follow me. Here at last.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to regarding the matter of the Godsway, I fear there is naught to be done, save for your majesty to the sigil upon that letter from some days past. Or the yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are with such hindrances in mind. Few may pass through Batal's fortress. With some coin, I was able to convince one such merchant to grant it all guaranteed passage through the border check. You shall have to act the part. But as to how that should be done,
Where's
Perhaps a journey to Batal will aid us in unraveling the secrets of the Godsway.
Very well.
I'll guide you there.
you have my fullest confidence. The permit is intended for a beastren. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to...
Right, just follow me.
Do take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous times we live in.
Much obliged. Got to crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
You seem in fine spirits.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
I dream of someone sweeping me off my feet. Times are hard. I'm bad.
May the people find succor in
It's for me. I've never
well met, sir.
You the Arisen? Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be...
I quite like it here.
Silence cultivates.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
Hubris is man's worst enemy. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate. It's autumn miss here. Thought this whatever happens here, anyhow.
Such lots to look forward to, but a long day of work. Couldn't hurt to put my feet on the door. Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry. Quite the predicament.
Welcome.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead.
In the humdrum of daily life.
I could use a little fun to brighten my day.
Where are you off to?
It's nice to see
Mayhap I'll
everyone
seek
out
out
and
the
about.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they only travel during the day.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my... How dare you!
Don't think I'll stand for this.
Here, strike with lightning on the side.
We're still in the... You'll not live to regret this. I can handle this.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. You use it well. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. Many thanks to you.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Need anything? Many thanks. Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy some. Something and see that. Hope to see you again.
Decent sleep. Comfy bedrolls. What must needs be done?
At least I have my life. That's something. I kept just out anyway.
A merchant, eh? Have you an entry permit? Hold a moment. That cart has priority. Lord Phaesus is come! Open the gates! So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to go on through.
What to do?
Time to finish up for me.
I'm starving, I am. Food? Have you any food? Many thanks. I'm still very hungry. Spare some charity for the poor. Ah!
You there! What do you think you're doing? You keep your hands off him. Don't go thinking you...
Calm down, you. This kind sir has been good enough to...
Is that right? In my defence, one can't be too careful. There's a child... The name's Hugo, by the way. Ain't many folk willing to offer that sort of kindness, so pay me no mind. And I'm sorry for before.
Many thanks, sir. Many...
You appall me. Begone from my sight.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
So, after breaking free of the chains of slavery that once bound you to this land, you return of your own volition. This is good. I am relieved to see that you are fulfilling your charge. Now, 'twould be advantageous for you and your pawn to visit the Rockmouser's burrow in Bakbatal. Methinks 'tis where you will find that which you seek. Farewell.
Would seem our fight is not yet done.
If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
No quarrel here.
I will protect you.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Not good enough.
Over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Got ya!
With our combined magics.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
One can see well into the distance from here.
Vermont has its charms, but so too Batar. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Poison is a
nasty affliction.
But not at the expense.
Would you care to behold a forgotten rift stone, as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me. It isn't far.
You have my protection. Here we go again.
We must. Let us finish this quickly.
Violin.
A decent spot to make camp, assuming there are no monsters about.
Surely a rest can wait till after we've examined our surroundings.
That ladder looks promising, but we'll have to drop it down from above.
With this ox cart assailed, it is in a dreadful state. Poison is most unpleasant, as you shall soon discover.
An aid strike right where it hurts.
You know, death cling to life.
I see no merit in hunting down such ravens.
Tis a folk worthy. We'll set our best. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Look, Master. Treasure chest. You'll have to find a way to reach it.
Poison is a nasty creature. And by magic, you can do
Light of my magic, I shatter the heavens. My fight is not yet done. Fight. To arms.
Very well, if I must.
One of us has been poisoned.
Let us see what you're made of.